Hey everyone, welcome back to southern Sweden. I am standing in the Hayloft, which is right next to the studio. And this is going to be our kind of multi-purpose event space, like film screenings, seminars, maybe yoga classes, photo studio, exhibition room, that kind of thing. It is a fantastic, big, dramatic space. Especially since we put the roof windows in. But now it's time for the finishing touch, which is the floor. And for the longest time there's been a snooker table standing in here, and last week we moved it over there, and so this room is basically empty now. So today, it's Monday, what I'm going to do is I am going to put some self-leveling compounds down, because this floor is very uneven from 100 years of sacks of seed and bales of hay being stacked in here. And especially in the middle where the snooker table stood once, the floor is pretty kind of cracked and like worn out. It's still solid and still strong and safe, I think, but it's just a bit sort of knackered. So I've got 20 bags of self-leveling compound, but I'm just going to spend a couple of days leveling this floor, and then at the end of the week I will lay the oak floor, hopefully with a bit of luck, or lay some of the oak floor. Ferdy is welding some shelves for the workshop downstairs. This morning I painted the ends of all of the wood that we milled at the sawmill last week, so that it doesn't split any more than it already has, because it has already split a little bit. We have it drying down in the lab where it's quite warm, probably too warm, but I've painted the ends of the boards and it's all strapped down, so hopefully we can get it dry relatively fast, like maybe, I don't know, a month or so, and it won't crack or warp too much. Right, so where was I? Please subscribe if you haven't already. Join our channel membership if you're feeling extra inspired and generous and you want to support us. And other than that, let's see how this goes. Right, that's pretty clean. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up a couple of bags, and I'm just going to experiment a little in the middle here, because I've checked with the laser, and this is about 18, sorry, take my mask off. This is about 18 millimeters lower here, because you can see it's kind of worn down a bit. This is around 18 millimeters lower than at the end there. So yeah, I will just see what happens, see where the self-leveling compound wants to go, but I have a feeling that it's going to want to kind of pool in the middle here, and it'll be a good start. Okay, let's do this. Okay, Ferdy's run out of argon for the welding, so he's helping me up here. There's still a few bits, like low bits, but it's a lot better than it was, and I think we'll just keep going to get the worst bits, like this bit over here, Ferdy, as well. Maybe we can do a bag over here, and then tomorrow I'll do 2 or 3 bags, maybe kind of really thin, like, you know, lots of water, just to kind of try and, you know, do the finishing touch. Okay, it's Tuesday morning. Finally got some more gas for the welder, so Ferdy can continue with that now. The wood pile is looking pretty good. I have here a moisture meter, and I think they were around 30 when they first arrived, and they're dropping now every day. They dropped pretty fast at the beginning, so that's 17 now. So they're drying out pretty quick, probably too quick, but what's the difference between drying out in here and drying out in a kiln? It's kind of the same, isn't it? So I guess if we just leave these for 2 or 3 weeks, just to sort of stabilize, then maybe it's good to go. Be good if I could make some Christmas presents with this black oak. Anyway, more importantly, going upstairs to check out the aftermath of yesterday's pouring session, and it's looking pretty good. We've just been checking it. The thing is, it's still on where the steels are underneath. There's still a little bit of a kind of hump. And yeah, I could just keep on adding more and more leveling compound, but I think a better thing to do is if I grind the humps down, which is a bit messy, but I think if I wet it down first with some water. I've got a diamond disc for my grinder. So, because as I walk around on here, I can feel these kind of lumps, and that will not be cool in the end. So I will grind down these lumps. I've got my headphones, I've got my mask, I think I have some knee pads somewhere, which would be good. And I've got my favourite podcast, Ghost Stories for the End of the World. Alright, wish me luck. Okay, quick update. The little grinder kind of burned out. It's only 600 watts. Fuck, it's really dusty in here. It did not like the mixture of water and dust, because it sort of turns into a kind of paste, like a mortar kind of thing, and it started basically caught on fire a little bit. So I've retired the little one, and I've moved on to the bigger one, which is 2000 watts, which should be okay. But and I've put the little blade on it, and I've also ground down the guard so that it's just underneath the level of the blade. So that means I can kind of rest the whole thing on the floor, and it just skims off like, I don't know, 0.5 millimeter at a time or something. The other thing I was doing before is I was using the yogurt pot, throwing loads of water on. I don't think I need loads of water, so I've got this little spray, this kind of pressurized spray bottle, and I'll just keep spraying a little bit of water as I grind. I'll just keep working my way along, spray a little area, check it with the level, see how much I need to take off, and I'll just work my way along like that, and that seems to be working pretty well. Yeah, it's kind of dusty. Well, it's dusty because I tried it without the water and it was insane, so it's still a bit dusty. Is this the last bit of mess we have to do? I think I said that a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? The last messy thing was taking out that kitchen shit. Okay, this is the last messy thing. Now, it's official. Right, that's done. That's 3 big piles of material, massive pile in the bucket. So that's a hell of a lot of stuff ground off. My knees and my back are completely cooked. Ugh, getting too old for this. Yeah, so I'm just going to let this kind of chill for a bit. Going to have some lunch, and then I'm going to drive to like 40 minutes away. I found another free piano. I know I already have 3 pianos, but there's another one which maybe will go in the restaurant, so we can have sophisticated cocktail jazz playing while you eat your pizzas. So yeah, I'm going to go down there and see if it's any good. I love free pianos. Got to fit it in the trailer somehow. Maybe I'll film a bit of it. That might be what you see right now, is me picking up a piano. If it's no good, then I won't pick it up. So maybe then you won't see it. Okay. All right, see you in a bit. There she is. It happened. We did it. It's a beauty. Totally amazing what you can get for free. This is a Urbel und Lechleiter from 1907, and apparently they used to make pianos for the Pope at the same time, but it is really, really high quality. It's beautiful. The hammers are a little worn, but there's plenty of meat left on them, so at some point in the future I will do a kind of quick restoration on this. I'll reshape the hammers, which I've done before on pianos. Needs a bit of a tune, but it's pretty good. It's a little bit muffled sounding because of the hammers being a little flat, but I think once those are slightly reshaped, it'll brighten up a little bit, and it's totally beautiful and incredible. There's all this really fantastic carving everywhere, and yes, the main beautiful thing is these sconces, these candle sconces, which hang on the front, which interestingly originally had like a 3-panel design, which you can see on the back, but clearly in the 1920s, when everything was going kind of Art Deco, as I've been reliably informed, a lot of pianos were kind of minimalized on the front, just to make them look a little more sort of cocktail rather than old-fashioned. So yeah, this is where it's gonna live, in the restaurant. So when you're here eating your wood-fired venison, you can listen to maybe me playing on the piano for you. Ferdy has finished all the frames for the workshop shelves. Beautifully done. Much better than I did. And me and Elsa are upstairs just finishing the last bits of tidying up on this floor before I start laying some of the oak. Not bad. Pretty beautifully flat, I would say, considering what it was like to begin with. It's getting noisy in here. My battery's almost dead. I'll charge up the camera, and then I'll get back to you once I'm laying some floor. All right. Okay, we're basically going to do it in like sections, two of these sections at a time. So we're working our way this way, and each time we prepare a section, we check the floor, go over it with the scraper, hoover it, make sure there's no little bumps or anything. This feels pretty good. So what I'll do first is I will mark a halfway line through some of the room. So I've got one mark here, and I'll measure another mark over here somewhere. So if I measure this here, because I'm not assuming at all that this room is actually even all the way down. 855. Okay, 855, so that is 4275. 4275, so that's 1 centimetre more than over there. So then I'll measure here 4275. Because it's long and straight. 20 seconds. So now we know where halfway in the room is. So that means that I can kind of work on one side at a time, and I also have a reference point. Okay, so I've set up the laser now, and I've managed to get it pretty good on this line. It's pointing down vertically, so I'm kind of happy that this is more or less a right angle to this center line. I will now put adhesive down on this section. I've measured just under 64 centimeters from the wall there, which means that the last tiles will just tuck underneath, because that's possibly a really good thing about this beam, is that it seems like most of it has a gap underneath, so maybe I can just tuck the last tiles underneath that gap. So yeah, something I remember from last time is when I'm using the laser, it's good to put adhesive just past the laser, because then the next row there's basically no gap in the adhesive. So only another 60 of those to do. Okie dokie, look at that, I've jumped ahead. Elsa was helping me for a bit. The problem is that I bought this adhesive when I did the workshop downstairs and the library through that door there, which was, I think it was like 1.5 years ago. I think it was the beginning of 2023, and this is only supposed to be good for 1 year, so it's a little bit stiffer than ideal, but I think it's still going to be alright. It's still sticky, but yeah, we've done 1/5 of the room nearly. We've got 2 more pots, and I've got 3 or 4 more coming, so I think we've even over ordered again. Bollocks. Oh well. So yeah, making good progress. So yeah, tomorrow maybe we can get another 2 lots done, like twice as much as we did today. Friday, so maybe by the end of the week we can have this almost finished. I mean, I don't think it's going to be possible. There's a lot of weird bits at this end, but I think we can get pretty close. Wow, what a transformation. Funny, just have to change the floor in a place and it just really transforms it. Very good. Okay, another day, another maybe 2/5 of the floor to lay. We might run out of adhesive. Yeah, we have basically prepped this section here, like gone over it, ground out any little lumps. Yeah, it's a fantastic day. This is the life, really. Blue skies, nice and warm in here, getting finished. Everything's looking quite clean. I'm with my best friend. Living the dream, man. Yeah. Feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Friday after lunch. We have fresh glue. Should be really easy now because the other stuff was very stiff. Fresh glue. We've ground everything nice and smooth, so there's nothing to stop us now. Ferdy is making a start on finishing the edges of this mezzanine and the bridge, and the idea is that next week we will be able to do all the metal railings, which is going to be totally incredible. So what have we got? We've got like 3 or 4 hours now to try and get as much of this done as possible. We're not going to finish everything, but this is Elsa's bum. Just filming your bum for a few minutes, Els, sorry. The camera's probably full of dust as well because we've been grinding so much, but there you go. Whew, yikes. There we go. We came to a screeching halt because we're knackered, and yeah, but I think we are like one day away. I think on Monday we can do this bit in here, which will be fun. Cutting it around this amazing old crane mechanism, which we will clean up and paint probably at some point. But it feels good to have properly cleaned around it. There was lots of oil underneath it, and we've cleaned that out. And the same over here. So interesting, like what on earth is this? Like somebody put this here at some point. It looks like absolutely nothing. Like what on earth is this doing? It's just bracing something non-existent, but I kind of like it. Don't really want to take it out because the place might fall down. I mean, it's already sort of wonky as hell, which is why we've braced this here with a big piece of metal just to sort of hold it all. I mean, it's fine, but yeah, it is wonky. So yeah, I'd say we're over 2/3-ish. Ferdy's just started sanding downstairs. Sorry, it's a bit noisy. Yeah, but yeah, one more day. Monday, we've got all the glue we need now, and we've prepped everything, so it's just racing through, sticking down these pieces of oak. Yeah, not so bad. Makes a big difference that Elsa's helping me. Last time when I did the workshop, I think I had Lewis giving me a hand for a little bit, but generally I just did it on my own and felt like it took forever. But this is basically 1 week from a rough floor to nearly finished. Well, nearly laid. We still have to sand it and oil it and wax it and everything. So yeah, it's probably another 2 or 3 days in total. But yeah, feels good. We're getting there quickly. And Ferdy's making good progress over here. He's just finishing off all the edges of the deck. Oh, look at that, man! Very nice. Yeah, baby, very good. Nice. So Ferdy's finishing off my shitty job of laying these boards in the first place. It's a bit dark, don't know if you can really see that, but it's looking good. So then, yeah, next week, full steam ahead with staircase railings, mezzanine railings, lots of metal work. It's going to look beautiful, and I think we're going to paint all the railings yellow. And I think, because that floor there is actually sort of teal colour, like sort of dark blue, I think we're going to paint all of this dark blue with a yellow railing. I think it's going to look pretty swish. Actually, it's going to look like the Swedish flag, man. That's not cool. Shit. Okay, we'll just go with plan A, which was Union Jack coloured stairs. Alright, just one thing before I say goodbye. Down here in the workshop, Ferdy has finished all the metal work for the ceramics shelves and the workshop shelves. So yeah, we're just waiting for some oak now so we can build the actual shelves, but these look so cool. It's like some sort of weird, I don't know what it is. What does it look like? Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. Maybe it was a bit of a two-dimensional episode this week, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, I guess. But we're really making progress, and actually this pile of oak, or black oak and ash here, is drying out very nicely. I checked it earlier and it was 15 earlier, huh? 15's pretty good. I mean, we should get it down to 7, I think.
Did we paint the sides?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not splitting anymore. I think the camera's covered in dust. Oh, shit. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye before things get any more dusty. Yeah, I will see you again next week. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of love. Please join our channel membership if you feel like it. Press the little join button down below. Lots of love, and I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.